What's going on, Illumineers, and welcome back to the madness. And today is a super exciting, energetic, amazing day of reveals because SteelSong is still alive and kicking next set. Not only did we see a SteelSong player take second place at DLC Seattle, we got some amazing reveals to go along with it, and it is just some amazing, amazing stuff. So stick around and watch because you're going to love it. Maybe you hate it, but I personally love it. With that, before we start, you know the details. Go to the description, click on the video, go win yourself some free stuff for the giveaway from Safari Zone Collectibles and my own pocket. You know what you got to do. Just go to the video, do the thing. Let's move on. So, first up on our list, we have a non English card. So, let me pull up Mushu's report here. And we have Owl's Island, the isolated entrance. It is a 3-cost uninkable, costs 1 to move, and has 6 health. For each character you have here, you pay 1 less for the first action you play each turn. And also, whenever you play a second action in a turn, gain 3 lore. So we're seeing some more action support. That's what we're trying to see here. We know we had the Maui the shark the other day, the half shark the other day to bring back actions. We have the Robin Hood already. So I think if we see an action deck, it's leaning towards green red, especially with this right here. Because if you look at this, its first effect is only when you have a character there. But the second effect, when you play in a second action, you gain 3 lore. So you don't necessarily have to have a character there for it to work. Um, I wonder also if there's ever a world where green yellow can be a thing with heavy songs. And as I say that, I realize how dumb it sounds because crap. Green yellow discard. This could very well be ran in green yellow discard because they're already playing a lot of songs. In green yellow discard, one of the things they suffer with is how long the games take. Sometimes they can take so long that it gives your opponent time to kind of claw their way back in. But with this, every time you play that second action, then you're gaining 3 lore, and that's actually really big. So I think there's a lot of opportunity here. Um, I think there's a lot of opportunity here, especially in green yellow discard. Maybe there's a green red with the Maui the shark that could be seen as well. And off the top of my head, I can't think of what other colors might run it. Green, red, and green yellow. But I like what it potentially does. It sucks that it's uninkable, but I do like the potential that it has. So we're going to go with a 3. I think it's going to see play. I definitely think we're going to see an uptick in green yellow discard, specifically at the beginning because they're going to want to try this card. But I like it. I think there's opportunity here for sure. So next up on our list, we have Aladdin. Aladdin is a 2-cost inkable. He is a 2/3. He is a Storyborn hero and prince. He's a 2/3/1. Um, I don't know. This card is kind of a letdown. It's just a vanilla 2-drop. It's the stat line's not bad. It's up there with like Magic Broom, I guess, but Magic Broom's at least evasive. Uh, I don't know what this gets ran in. You could do Pride Lands with this because he is a prince, so there's that. Phil, the one where I think it's when you play a hero, you gain 1 lore, but it doesn't help our shift line any. The Aladdin shift is still expensive at five cost. I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna give this Aladdin a 1. I just don't see a world where you play him unless you're really trying to make like a red yellow Pride Lands deck work. I don't see why this gets played when there's so many other things you could be doing on 2. So I like the artwork. I think they did a really good job with the waves and everything, but unfortunately, just a 1 for our boy Aladdin. So, moving on, we have another location. This is the Institute of Technology. It is a 1/1/5, And welcome to the lab. Inventor characters get +1 health while here and push the boundaries at the start of your turn. If you have a character here, gain 1 lore. So this is weird. This is weird because its stat line is not anything better than normal, right? We see these locations that have the kind of the same stat line, but you gain 1 lore anyways. This one you have to have a character there. So you play this on 1, you move a character there on 2. Um, Adventure character gets +1 while here. I maybe that character can challenge now. I don't know. I don't see a world where this gets played in anything. A lot of the time the issue isn't really the health. The issue is the attack. We want to be able to trade into stuff. I don't know. I don't see a world where this gets played. I don't care about just one passive lore. If I cared about the lore, I'd just play McDuck Manor, and the 1 health I don't think is gonna make that big of a difference without looking at all the inventor cards. So I think Institute of Technology is another dead location, unfortunately. So moving on, well, 1. I don't think I said it. Institute of Technology, unfortunately, is a 1 along with Aladdin. So moving on, I thought I'd throw this in here. This is Moana, right? She's a hero princess of Vanilla 161. I don't know why it's so blurry, but I thought I'd throw this in here. This was revealed a couple days ago. I didn't mention it, but if you're overseas in the UK region, I believe, you have the opportunity. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, it has to be at the Odeon theaters. Participating regions are the UK, Ireland, Portugal, Germany, Italy, Spain, Norway, Sweden, and Finland. If you go to a participating Odeon theater, then you'll get this card when you go and see Moana 2. So guys, go see a great movie. Take the significant other out on a date. Take the kids out to see a great movie, and then get a free card along the way. We don't know how many of these are being printed. This could be worth something, especially if it's only overseas that can get it. So, hey, now you have an excuse to go have some fun at the movie theater. As far as a rating, a 3 costs 161. Um, there is the shift line in blue red, right? Maybe you run blue red with the 7 cost Moana. I believe she was a shift 5. She has a big butt, so she's not dying, but she does die to brawl. Um, Blue Red's not really ever going to play this. There is a hero princess deck, a blue yellow princess deck. Maybe this plays it without looking at that deck because you have Aurora that can give this ward, and then it's going to be hard to kill. And questing for 1, it also hits. It does well with the Anna that gains an extra lore. We'll give this a 2. I don't think it's going to see much play, maybe some niche play with Queen Tensor Core stuff, a yellow blue deck, but more or less it's just going to be a pretty card. Adventurer of Land and Sea. So we'll give it a 2. Moving on, we have Peter Pan. He is a 4 cost uninkable, a 1/3/1 storyborn hero, and gotcha. During your turn, whenever a card is put into your inkwell, exert chosen opposing character. This is interesting. Maybe it's another toolbox card, I guess. Red purple is never going to run this. It doesn't do anything. Turn 4, there's way too many other things you could be doing that you want to be doing. But maybe green purple, being a toolbox deck, wants to run this. Purple steel never runs this because they have steel removal. Um, it's cool that you can exert chosen opposing character. Like, that's really neat, but at the same time, it's a 1/3/1. Like, its stat line is so awful, and it's uninkable. It has a really unique effect. So, it's whenever a card is put into your inkwell, exert chosen opposing character. Um, it's gonna be a 1 again. I don't see where it gets played a whole lot. Maybe it'd be cool if something like opponent chooses which character exert. I don't know. But it's you still can't target ward, and that's an issue. This doesn't help purple take care of evasive, so it's useless in blurple. And, yeah, and his stat line is just so bad for being an uninkable card as well. I think this, yeah, a hardcore one. I think they made it there's so many things here they could have done better to make this playable. So a one for Peter Pan. Moving on, we have Basil. He is a 6 cost inkable, a 4/5/2, a Floodborn hero detective, a shift 4. During your turn, whenever a card is put into your inkwell, you may pay 1 ink to have chosen opponent choose and discard a card. And man, it's so great they keep printing discard mechanics because I know how much the community of Lorcana just keeps begging for more discard. So the fact that Ravensburger is listening so well to what we're asking for, it means a lot to me. With that being said, there's a lot of great possibilities here. You could run this in blue green. And now with blue green, that is going to really be able to take advantage of this. And the fact that it's a 4/5 means it's not easy to kill. Sure, you can Zeus it if you're steel, but you can ice block Medusa it. But on its own, a 4/5 is difficult to deal with, and it's questing for 2 as well. And if you're running blue green, you're already not suffering for ink. You're already doing fine between your, Mickeys and your fishbone quills and maybe greatstone dragons. So now you have this on the field and you're just making your opponent lose more and more and more cards because it's yeah. During your turn, whenever a card is put into your ink well, you may pay 1 to have chosen character opponent choose and discard a card. So if you did this on like turn 7 and you already have like 9 ink, you shift this for 4, and then if you're able to, then ink, pay 1, have them discard. Then you use Fishbone, pay 1, have them discard. And maybe you Mickey, pay 1, have them discard. Like and you need more than 9 ink for that, I think, but maybe not. But you get the idea. Like this can do some pretty wacky, crazy discard stuff. Going into turn 4, it's a little bit harder. You'd have to have Fishbone down, but there is a lot of opportunity and some really sick, nasty discard stuff can be going on. Blue green already suffers a little bit into the aggro match and everything, so maybe there's a world where this can kind of help. They also suffer into green steel, and maybe this can kind of help because you're discarding their hand when you get this down. It also can challenge very well because this doesn't have to be exerted or anything. You can just during your turn. So you could challenge something with this. It lives, ink, make them discard a card. So there's a lot of really good opportunities here that I think this card will definitely see play, and I'm going to give it a 4 just because it is a really good card, and I blue green is there. It's just missing some things. So maybe this is a piece of that is going to really help. I bet our boy over at the goon I bet our boys over at the goons are licking their chops. They are very big supporters of blue green. So I bet they're super excited. I'll have to message them later on Discord. So also if you're not following their Discord guys, go check them out. They do the Monday and Friday market watches. Super, super good stuff to be watching. But moving on, we have the good stuff. I don't even need the translation for this because this is not a live reveal of this one. This one I saw. This one I'm super excited for. This is a 4 cost inkable. It's Pluto, a 4 cost inkable. It is a 1/5/1. Doesn't sound super great, but wait, there's more because our Pluto here has Bodyguard, and then on top of that, his effect down here is whenever he doesn't have any damage on him, he gets 4 attack. So it's like Lawrence, who's a 4/4 when he doesn't have any damage on him, but Pluto is a 5/5 when he has no damage. What that means is you can play this on turn 4, and now your board is just safe. Okay, if you have now your daisies are safe, your Lawrence is safe, your piglet's safe. If like this is just the more I think about this card, the more I realize just how great this is for Steel Song. For I could see it fitting into Purple Steel, the fact that it's inkable as well. I could see this fitting into really just kind of any steel deck because it's so good. It's such a strong card, and the biggest piece about it is the fact that it becomes a 5/5. So it evenly trades with Maui. And that just does so much. It can't be Medusa, it can't be Caesar, it can't it is such a great bodyguard. It does so much for Steel Song. Like this card is phenomenal, and I'm so excited for it. The fact that it's inkable really helps because Mao is one of the big issues of dealing with red blue because they get that Maui down so early, and then you can't really hand like it trades fine into everything and lives. So now you have to use a turn to sing and kill it, which means you're not questing. And then they Medusa, and it all just goes downhill so fast. But Pluto changes that, and I think this is phenomenal and it I'm going to give it a 4. And I'm going to give it a 4 because it is going to see play 100%, but it doesn't make like it's not broken, it's not doing it's just a bodyguard 5/5. What it allows is amazing things. It trades even with Fox. Maybe it should be a 5. It is an extremely high 4 because it's so good. Um yeah, it's just a super, super, super high 4 and low 5, somewhere in between there. And I might be undervaluing it, even putting it at 4, but this is definitely a really, really amazing thing to see for Steel Song. Super pumped here. So we have one more card, guys. I go. Two more cards. We have two more. I'm so excited for the last one. But we have Twin Fire. It's a 2 cost on Inkable. This is really interesting because this is and really important here. Twin Fire is an action when you can deal 2 damage to chosen character. Then you may choose and discard a card to deal 2 damage to another chosen character. What's really important here to note is that you cannot deal 4 damage to the same character. I need to make sure there's a lot of confusion about that. You have to do 2 damage to one character, and then you may choose and discard a card to deal 2 damage to another chosen character. This is something we've seen it on other cards. I'm trying to think I'm trying to think of what it is specifically, but we've seen this kind of wording on other cards and they cannot be used on the same thing. It has to be 2 separate characters. Now, this can be really effective, and the biggest one, and they mentioned on the stream as well, is sometimes when you're playing, if they have a Diablo and a Morph down, you have to choose one or the other on which one you're going to kill. And a lot of times you have to choose the Morph because you don't want to see that Tinkerbell or Beast on turn 3, Tinkerbell on turn 4, and that sucks to let the Morph live, or sorry, the Diablo live. Twin Fire ignores that and says now we can take out both of them. Into Steel Song, maybe you take out a Robin Hood and a Cindy, a Queen and a Cindy, whatever, and now you have so much tempo. And so I think this is going to see play. I'm going to give it a 3. If you could choose the same character to deal 4, I think then it might be I think it could be a 5 if you could deal 4 damage to the same character for 2. I think it'd be a 5. But where it's at, I think it's a 3. I think it will see play, and it's a very unique effect. So, all right, our last one. Yes, it is the last one. Guys, oh my gosh. We have Simba, Pride Protector. He is a 4/4/2. He's a 5 cost uninkable Floodborn Hero Prince, Shift 3. At the end of your turn, if this character is exerted, you may ready your other characters. This is so good. Like this is so good. Queen and Robin Hood are gone, right? Like this replaces Queen and Robin Hood. Unless you're trying to run a double shift line, like You don't now. You run Simba. Simba replaces both of them. A lot of us have already started cutting Robin Hood and running the Queen because of the fact that it has 4 attack and it's safer into red purple and it's safer into blue red. Well, now we have a 4/4 with it. It's a very different effect, but with where SteelSong is going, it's a better effect because now what happens is we can run the 1 cost Simba. He's the 1/2/1, but when you play him, you get to draw a card and discard a card. So a lot of the time with our deck, our biggest enemies ourselves. Sometimes we brick and there's nothing we can do about it. But now with Simba, we have a chance to do that, the baby Simba, and then we can shift on 3. So we go Simba, and then maybe turn 2, we can, best case scenario, we go double Daisy, right? And then turn 3, we play this, and we shift it, and we quest, and all of a sudden our daisies are ready now. And this is a 4/4, so it's not easy to trade into. And the other thing you could do is you shift this on 3, and then you wheel with it. And that is huge. Like this card does so much for us because its effect can happen the turn it's played because of the shift ability. And it quests for 2. Like this is such a good, great card. Do not underestimate this card. It is a hero and a prince, okay? Floodborn, like this does so much for SteelSong. Like this, between this and Pluto, SteelSong is legitimately in such a phenomenal, amazing place right now. Like I don't care that it's uninkable. We don't care about that. It's Simba, the baby Simba helps us deal with the fact that it's uninkable. Like this is, I'm s- I'm almost speechless. Like it's just so good. The artwork, Kendall Hale, man, such an amazing guy, such an amazing artist. Like I'm 100% going to have all 4 of my Simbas signed by him, all 4 of my foil Simbas signed by him, and most likely the enchanted Simba we're going to see, I will also have signed by him. That like just an amazing guy, an amazing artwork with Simba, and an amazing card. 100% without a doubt a 5, right? And I don't even think we need to do it, but our card of the day, well, ladies and gentlemen, our card of the day is most definitely Simba Pride Protector. Like this card is so good. Okay, if you guys don't, if you're Steel Song players and that's how you found my channel, get ready for the Steel Song mirror because everyone's going to be on it now, and that means Red Blue's back. But this gives us a really strong between this and Baloo, or not Baloo, but Pluto. This gives us a really big fighting chance into Red Blue. I do not imagine that they are now in a world where they are winning, 80% of the time. Like this puts it in a very good range for us. So, with that being said, amazing day of reveals for Steel Song. Finally feeling some love because I really didn't think we were going to get any love this set, but we definitely have now, and it feels so good. I can feel the love tonight. Yes, I can, Simba. I can feel it. All right. And man, am I excited. With that being said, though, ladies and gentlemen, I have nothing else to say. Not a lot of reveals today, but God, were they good. Really great congratulations to everybody at the DLC, all of my Steel Song players, all of our Steel Song players. Really good job in day 2. Way to make it there, first of all, but way to take it. Wonderland, congratulations on finally getting up there. I know you've been close a couple times, so really good job and really happy for you, man. Way to represent our home state over there in Lincoln, Nebraska. Um, just awesome. Really, really proud of all of you guys. Our second place Steel Song. We saw some crazy lists, but that'll be a video for another time. Hopefully, I can get those guys. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, stay happy and healthy, and I'll see you around.